Hey Geminis, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for August 22nd through the 28th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Gemini, an important week here this week. We have essentially a grand cross forming up with the moon, who is going to be in the third quarter phase this week. But the most significant side of this grand cross is that Mars is going over Saturn over there in your 6th house. In fact, Mars has already been squaring up to Neptune, and now Mars will be squaring up to Neptune this week. So that's going to be the most significant thing, but we do have other aspects, a lot of conjunctions, in fact, one involving your ruler at the beginning of the week. On Monday, Mercury going over Jupiter. Kicking off the week, you guys perhaps could be feeling quite inspired. Maybe seeing some possibilities. Some of you could be expanding those horizons. Might be philosophical. Could be a good early part of the week for higher learning, as well as maybe going for a walk, maybe getting some nature, that kind of thing. But the shift is actually going into a very homey part of the chart. Jupiter's going into your 4th house, and this is the house of your roots, your home, your family, even your health. And so for about the next year, over a year, you're going to have Jupiter here in your 4th house, and now Mercury shifting into here, or actually he's already been there, but conjoining up to Jupiter this week could be certainly emphasizing this. So a lot of you could be seeing new beginnings, maybe around the home life, maybe having to do with property, some of you with the family, maybe some new beginnings with that, and all in all, just connecting to your roots. You know, it's a really good time to be connecting to your roots right now in your family and even your health, you know, your body. And connecting on that level also, even very intuitive. So the energies are a bit lower. It's this lowering of energy time as the sun makes its way into that 4th house, but could certainly be good for those sentiments. So that's the beginning of the week, and as the week unfolds, that's when we'll start to feel this Mars conjoining up to Saturn. So this is the, again, patience and persistence when it comes to your work life. You guys have had Saturn in your 6th house, helping you get very serious about your work, maybe your craft. And this is work too on a personal level, maybe with your routine, your regimens, your diet. Things like this has been very good for you to take seriously. So now Mars is going over Saturn, emphasizing that. And, you know, Mars is our immediate drives, our immediate goals. And so there can be energy towards cultivating this everyday stuff. But with Saturn, it does take, again, patience, persistence, and a willing to go after results and really achieve long-term results. So collectively, the more willing we are to see the big picture perspective, to be patient with things, then it can be an excellent week. And it's through that hard work there that we can actually build things towards the long term, especially having to do with work, your routine, things like that. A lot of you too, maybe even with your ideals, because Mars does rule your 11th house. Going over Saturn does make this, gives it this serious connotation towards your ideals in life, your hopes, your wishes, you know, future things. And it's a good week to see where you can make those long-term goals there. Now, a bit later, Mars will then be squaring up to Neptune. This will be going into Thursday and Friday. So with this one, as you've been hearing me talk about, Saturn squaring Neptune has been perhaps confusion and doubt if we try to figure things out too much. So if it's in the work life, if it's in the routine, if you're trying to, you know, if the mind's trying to get too caught up into the details, trying to have it understood, it could create confusion and uncertainty and doubt. So the key is with Neptune, as you could imagine, is about surrender, is about acceptance, accepting things for how they are, still building, but letting the results be open, right? And living in the present moment. If we can challenge ourselves with that this week, then this can be an excellent week for going with the flow, for developing ourselves spiritually. And, you know, in a routine, maybe meditation, yoga, things like that could be particularly helpful. Now, this is with the uncertainty about, again, future stuff. Your 9th house has had Neptune, and maybe even wanting to expand those horizons and maybe some ideals about that. So it's good to connect on that on an intuitive level, but then remember that there is this bigger picture. There's this divine process, if you will, along the life journey, and we can certainly surrender to that. All right, so that's going to be the challenging aspects there with Mars particularly. But then the weekend, we do have a nice and an easier aspect to work with. Venus conjoining up to Jupiter. So with this one, this is again taking place in that fourth house, and with Venus shifting into your fourth house this week, you'll probably find that you aren't enjoying perhaps connecting on that homier level. And with the conjunction here, maybe a new beginning with this. Maybe some new beginnings with your self-expression, the things you enjoy in life. And you could be perhaps enjoying a bit of self-expression there around the home life as well. Maybe getting some rest and relaxation around home life, because Venus does rule your 12th. But in either case, again, seeing perhaps some possibilities, maybe enjoying some possibilities there with the roots in your life to top off the week. All right, so Gemini, hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.